Hi, I'm Marco. I'm a classically trained guitarist and guitar teacher, and I've been a guitarist and guitar teacher for much of my life. I'm starting this series for people who would like to learn how to play the guitar with a fingerstyle using a classical technique. So if you're a beginner, or if you've played guitar for a long time with a pick or a plectrum, and you would like to learn how to play the guitar using the right hand to play the strings, as opposed to using a pick or a plectrum, then this series might be for you. Today we're going to learn how to play the guitar with the right hand. That's using the thumb, the index, the middle and the ring fingers to strike the strings, or pluck the strings of the guitar. First though, we're going to learn how to sit with the guitar. Many classical players use a footstool to put the left foot on. The footstool is like this, and it goes on the floor in front of the left foot. The left leg goes on the footstool, the guitar goes on the left leg. So the sound hole is in the center of your body. In a similar way, you can use a stand like this that you can buy at a music shop, and that attaches to the bottom of the body of the guitar like this, and that can also sit on your left leg like so. If you don't want to sit in a classical style, you can have the guitar on your right leg as well, as long as the guitar is in the center of your body in a comfortable position. Your right hand forearm comes over the back of the body of the guitar, like so. We're not using the left hand for this first lesson, so you can have your left hand sitting down or holding the neck like this. Once the guitar's in a comfortable position that you feel happy with, then we'll move on to tuning. What I'd suggest is that you download an app on your phone. I use introductory. They can be free, there's paid apps, they're all much the same. Or you can also buy a tuner from the shop dedicated to tuning the guitar. Up to you. So if you're using an app on your phone, the string names are E, which is the first string, the bottom of the guitar, B, G, D, A, and E going across the strings. So we start with the first string, E. Strike the string, and the tuner will tell you if it's sharp or flat. So this is telling us that we're slightly flat. So we adjust the tuning key, so sharpen the string, tightening it slightly. Once we've got our string in tune, we move on to the second. That's B. So this is telling us that we're slightly flat again. So sharpen, tightening the corresponding string tuning key until we're in tune. We'll move on to G. So that's also telling us that we're slightly flat, so the whole guitar is slightly flat. So tighten the G string. Then moving on to the fourth string, D. Flat again. It's the cold weather, it's making the strings slightly flat. Then we're on to the fifth string, F. So this is telling us that we're slightly flat again. So sharpen, tightening the tuning key until we're in tune. We'll move on to G. So that's also telling us that we're slightly flat, so the whole guitar is slightly flat. So tighten the G string. Then moving on to the fourth string, D. Flat again. It's the cold weather, it's making the strings slightly flat. overnight. So then the 5th string A is pretty much in tune, and the 6th string E also pretty much in tune. So now our guitar is in tune. It should sound like that without any fingers on the left-hand frets. Let's get into our right hand exercises now. Once your guitar's in tune and you're sitting in a comfortable position, we'll work on where to put your right hand. So take your right forearm, elbow, place it on the top of the body of the guitar like this, and then bring it down so the forearm rests on this top arch of the body, like so, and then bring your thumb down, much like the arm of a record player, so that it lands on the 6th string, the E string, just over the sound hole here. Not right on the sound hole, but just between the sound hole and the bridge. This is the bridge and this is the sound hole. So rest your thumb just on that bridge side of the sound hole. So you see that your fingers are 45 degrees approximately across the strings. So we won't be using the thumb for this first lesson, just the fingers I, M and A, and they correspond to the strings, the nylon strings if you're playing classical guitar, being 1st string E, 2nd string B and 3rd string G. So we take these 3 fingers, rest them one each on those 3 strings and the thumb on the 6th string, like this. The first note we'll play is G. So that's G, the 3rd string. And we'll strike the index finger 45 degrees under the hand. That was the B string. Like this. So, striking from the knuckle, swinging, so that the fingertip strikes across the string 45 degrees, like so. And then the middle finger on the 2nd string, doing the same action, swinging underneath the hand, like so. And then the A finger, the ring finger, does the same thing on the 1st string, swinging underneath the hand 45 degrees across the strings. This chord is an E minor chord. It's an arpeggio of E minor. That means the notes of the chord are separated. So what we will do now is play those 3 strings one after the other, going I, M, and then A, and then back to M again. So that's G, B, E, B, G, B, E, B, G, B, E, B, G, B, E, B. And that's your first exercise. Doing an arpeggio of E minor on the first 3 strings using the fingers I, M and A as we've just done. The second exercise is to play those 3 strings together as a chord. So the chord of E minor, being those 3 strings, E, G and B, makes up the chord of E minor, playing them all together at the same time with those 3 fingers, the index, middle and ring finger, will sound like this. We're doing the same action, striking the fingers across the strings at 45 degrees underneath the hand, but this time all together as a chord. So far today, you've learned how to play an E minor chord as an arpeggio and as a chord. If you could continue practicing those exercises for about 10 or 15 minutes each day, I will see you in the next lesson and we will continue from there. Thank you.